Today, we're going to learn about light refraction, and I'm going to teach you how to make Abraham Lincoln disappear. But we're not going to do it quite that way. I'm going to teach you a trick that uses science.
Science!
To make money disappear.
Losing money!
Okay guys, now it is time to make Abraham Lincoln disappear. You're gonna put your penny on the table, you're gonna take your glass, you're gonna put it on top of the penny so you can see the penny through the glass. Then you add your water to make the penny disappear.
I got the magic.
See, images that we see are really just light rays that reaches our eyes. Light travels in a straight line unless we introduce another substance. And that's where our special word today comes into play: refraction. So you might be wondering, how can I become a master of refraction? Well, all you need is a transparent material. So we're gonna leverage this science to create some magic. Okay, the secret for this one, it's not magic, it is science, the refraction of light. Refraction is the bending of light as it passes from one substance to another. And this bending is caused by the difference in density between the two substances. We're actually going to fill up this lesson with a lot of experiments that you can do along at home. So check out the video, see if you have the supplies, and let's go. Okay, for our first experiment here, you want to get a large glass, some water, a piece of paper, and a marker. With the marker, you're going to draw an arrow, and you want to make sure that the arrow is smaller than the glass. So what you want to do is get a round glass or a round vase, fill it up most of the way with water. You're going to take your arrow that you drew, you're going to put it behind the glass and slowly lower it. And we're going to see if we can change the direction of that arrow. We can go from that way, or we can pass it from behind. Okay, if you don't have a marker or paper or anything like that, no worries. I'm gonna put an arrow up on the screen here in a second, and all you'll need is your glass of water. Once the arrow's up, you'll take the glass, pass it in front to change the direction of the arrow. Okay, ready, set, go. So refraction is occurring when light travels from one medium to another, like water to air, air to water. So during this experiment, the light traveled from the image through the air, then through the glass cup, into the water, and finally out of the glass and into the air once more before reaching our eyes.
Power nap!
Okay, a lot of information there. Let's take a look at this. So the light bends when it traveled through the glass, through the water, and then bends again when it leaves the glass. As a result, the image appears to look like it flipped. Now remember, light travels in a straight line as long as it's traveling through one material. But as soon as we change mediums or introduce a new substance, such as glass or water, that's where refraction occurs. So let's test out that last image of the eye looking at the pencil in the water to see what would happen. If you take a pencil or a capped pen, get your glass of water again and put it in, and it appears bent. So we have a definition of refraction, but why does it actually happen? Well, I mentioned before about the difference in density between the substances. What actually is happening is the different density causes a change in speed that the light travels at, which causes the bending. All right, guys, this is bonus time. If you loved the disappearing penny, we're gonna make something a little bit bigger disappear using all the science we just learned about. So So we're going to take a smaller glass, place it inside the bigger glass. We're going to use some vegetable oil here. And keep your eye on the small glass because it's about to disappear. So, different objects have different refraction indexes. This refractive index is the measure of how much light slows down when it goes through a particular medium. And taking a look at the indexes, the oil and the glass are pretty close, pretty similar, which is why it blends in. It is quiz time. Sorry, I got a little excited about quiz time. Try to get somebody in your house to participate in the quiz with you. First person to answer correctly gets 2 points. Anyone else who answers correctly after the first person gets 1 point. Okay, question 1. Light rays travel in a straight line through the air. True or false? And the answer is true. All of these questions are going to be true and false questions. Easier to keep score. Here we go. Question number 2. Something that is transparent means it does not let light through. True or false? And the answer is false. Transparent objects allow light. Okay, question number 3. Refraction is when light passes from one material to another and bends because the speed of light travels at different speeds in the different materials. And that is true. Okay, question 4. If the two materials have different densities, the speed at which the light passes through them will be different. And that answer is true. Question 5. The refractive index is the measure of how much light slows down when it goes through a particular medium. That answer is true. Okay, the final question. The refractive index showed us how different oil and glass matched up. And that answer is false. They were actually pretty similar, which is what made the science trick look like a magic trick when the glass disappeared.